Where is the Ark of the Covenant? That's an excellent question. Um, it's a lot to unpack with this question. So, you have in the Old Testament, the very last time that the Ark is mentioned is in the book of Jeremiah. And it says people are not going to talk about the Ark no more at one point. And then it's mentioned again in the book of Revelation. So, we're talking thousands of years since that point to now. Technically, we're in the book of Revelation and we're in the book of Acts. Keep that in mind. Now, the Bible is clear about this, even though it's a mystery, that things on earth, which are holy, like the tabernacle, aspects of the temple, the inner court, holy of holies, stuff like this, it's representative of what's already in glory, and it points to Jesus, right? The ark represents the glory and the presence of the Lord, which is something that should be tangible in your life as a believer. But at the same time, supernaturally, even though Jesus died 2,000 years ago and some change on the earth physically, his sacrifice, it spans throughout from Adam and Eve to the very last person, because his blood is on the mercy seat of the ark in glory. And he's our high priest, as the book of Hebrews says. So what's on earth is as in heaven. Now let's go deeper with this. You have an archaeologist, his name is Ron Wyatt. He died like in the 80s or the 90s, but this man found Noah's Ark, which was in Mount Ararat, modern day Turkey. It also mentions that the Ark was there in the book of Galatians. He also found, I believe, the Egyptian chariot wheels on the bottom of the Red Sea. And till his last breath, till he never recanted, he claimed to have found the Ark of the Covenant, actually in the earth in a cave under Calvary Hill, Golgotha, where Christ was crucified. So the story basically is that the blood that spilled from Christ's body when he was literally being crucified went into the earth, fell through the seeps and seams and cracks on to this cave on the mercy seat of the physical Ark of the Covenant on earth. And this lines up with scripture about the sacrifice with the Day of Atonement and the blood going on the mercy seat of the Ark of the Covenant. It's very possible, very plausible. Ron Wyatt has a very, very highly credible track record to believe that he's not lying about this. He also said that he took a sample of the blood that was on that mercy seat. He took it to medical labs in Israel. They did testing on the blood. It had an extra chromosome and the blood was alive. This is not normal scientifically. Very interesting stuff, right? He said that he explained that it was Jesus' blood, and he witnessed to these medical professionals, and one or multiple of them ended up getting saved. Now, that's how the story goes. We don't know if that's true. It's very likely, though. He had no reason to lie about that. In modern day Ethiopia, they claim, because Solomon with Sheba, if you go back and read the Bible with the history, they claim that the Ark of the Covenant was entrusted with them at some point in history and that they have the Ark. I don't think that that's the case. We know from the book of Daniel that the Antichrist will rise. There will be a building of the third temple. It is very possible that in Israel right now, behind closed doors, that they already have access to the Ark of the Covenant. It's just not revealed to the public. It's very possible. What's interesting about the whole Ron Wyatt thing, as a side note, the way that he described the Ark, the way that it looks, is not like exactly what you've been told. Very interesting stuff. Case in short, we don't know where the Ark is. More than likely, there's a physical Ark still on earth, but again, there's one in glory. This has nothing to do with your salvation. This is symbolic, ultimately, of the presence of the Lord, right? Which should be tangible again in your life. Are you born again? Have you repented and believed in the gospel, the death, burial, and resurrection? Is Jesus living on the inside of you, and are you living on the inside of him? That's what really matters. Okay? But this is interesting stuff. I hope that this helps you, that this encourages you to go deeper in reading the Bible. And it actually should strengthen your faith if you are wondering and doubting, okay, I see all this stuff mentioned in the Bible. Where's the historical, archaeological evidence for it? There's thousands upon thousands of archaeological findings and geographical, and you name it, along with prophecy and miracles that prove the Bible is real, happens every day, and artifacts are still found every day. Shalom.